Hello, good afternoon. My name is Bede. I'm a junior in high school at Wayland, and I'm the son of a white mother and a black father. Today, I'm here to talk to you about the conflict between the races. Throughout history, we've always seen deaths between whites and blacks, and how extreme the actions have become. Through Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and George Floyd, people have been outraged. Thankfully, they've been outraged. The cops unlawfully and uselessly killing them. We've seen this as a down point in history, but we can't only see these as down points. These moments have brought us together. Have you seen through protests and social media gatherings and even just speeches, people have come together throughout all the world. Athletes, doctors, jurors, everybody has come together. So, just because we know that this is an awful thing that has happened, we have to make sure we can come together and see it out. People have been helping all this time to come together and fix it. We see protests going on all the time, but we can't only focus on the big points. So we have to start off from the bottom. We have to start at the small things. Those things are microaggressions, crude dark jokes, and just small, tiny racist actions. I personally have gone through a few of those experiences myself, and I'm here today to explain them to you. When I was in about 5th grade, I was a pretty tall kid for my age, but I wasn't looking like a really full-grown man. I was only in 5th grade. So, when I was walking into the store one day with my mother, I make eye contact with a woman and her daughter. As soon as I make eye contact with the woman and her daughter, the woman brings her daughter right down to her side, very tight. I was so confused, because I was only in 5th grade. I was very close-minded as a child. I just learned that slavery was a thing, and that slavery was abolished, so I believe that it was done. I believe there's no such thing as racism anymore. I believe that everybody just saw each other as a person. But after this first experience, I was very lost. I was very confused. I didn't know what to think. Was racism still a thing? Am I different just because of how I look? It led me to a lot of questions right after that. Why did she do that? Am I really just that different? Am I scared? Am I scary? I was only in 5th grade. I didn't think I could possibly be scary to anybody, because I was just a child. I wasn't even a teen. But I had to live on. But after that, I realized that racism was still a thing going on, and that it wasn't the best. It was nowhere near good. It was awful. Later on in my life, I carry on having issues with stuff like that. But the next big experience I have was my sophomore year in high school. As I'm going down to a soccer game, we went down to Dorchester. Now, Dorchester isn't the most beautiful place in the world. It's a little bit dirty. It's a little bit run down. Maybe not the safest place to go, but we went for a game. As we come down out of our beautiful, nice minibuses with our names on them, I noticed something. I noticed two things, actually. I noticed cops on the side. Now, you never notice cops. I don't think I've ever seen a cop at a soccer game, at a boys' high school soccer game. The only time I think I've seen that is after state championship victory and they get a police escort home. Other than that, I've never seen a reason for a cop to be at a regular season soccer game. So automatically there, I was like, wow, this is definitely not a place we're used to. Another thing I noticed, the boys were just getting jerseys handed out. Now, this was nowhere near early in the season. This was dead in the middle, closing to the end. So I was a little bit confused. I was like, all right, we're not used to playing against these types of kids. These are kids who might not have beautiful 3-story houses, have a jacuzzi in the back of their yard, and get to just go play Xbox all day and do absolutely nothing. So as we walked down and we sit down waiting to start warming up, I open my phone, AirPods in my ears, looking around, seeing everything going on, and I open my phone. I see a picture of a monkey. Now, this isn't the first time I've noticed that going on. This has been going on all year, and it's really been conflicting with me, because it's just a joke, right? The boys can be boys, we can make jokes and whatever, so I just decided to think nothing of it. Then it continuously got worse and worse and worse. The jokes became more inappropriate. They started actually calling them out. They actually called out Burke. Because Burke, there was not a single white person on the team. This was the first time we versed an all-colored team. So this was definitely something none of us were used to. They kept getting worse. All we saw was Burke be like, and it was just pictures of monkeys with rocks, because the goals, they were technically incomplete. The posts were into the ground, and the net behind it was held down by rocks. So the picture of the monkey with a rock was imitating a player putting down the rock on the field, on the goal. This led me to a crossroad. Oh, I was so confused. Do I stand up for myself and stand up for the other boys who didn't have any ability to say anything? Or do I keep quiet, just let the boys be boys? This took me throughout the whole game to make my decision. It really affected me being able to play, so much so that my coach had to pull me out. I wasn't used to being pulled out so often, so he knew that it was a real big issue. He brings me to the side and he says, whatever's going on in your head right now, I want you to make sure you can either say it to me or you can let it out. I told him. He was very confused. He was like, wow, I'm lost. I'm sorry. And it opened me up. I was like, okay, I have to do something about this now. So after the game, we come home after the police escorted us up to our buses, which was something new for us. I pull the boys to the side and I say, very emotional, this isn't right, boys. I know we're just trying to have fun, and I know that this isn't meant to be taken seriously, but this isn't right. Thankfully, I opened up the boys' ears. They realized that this isn't right, and I hope that they changed. From right after that, I noticed that they made a difference. The jokes stopped, but the laughter never stopped. We just moved on to a different thing. We still enjoyed our time together. Nothing was ever awkward, but we were just able not to make anything racist or make anything offensive towards one large group of people that couldn't defend themselves. So my final remarks are, if you ever feel alone and that you feel you are up against a corner for people being maybe racist towards you or acting upon microaggressions, you are not. There are allies all around the world. There are allies right next to you. You just need to make sure you have the confidence and the bravery to stand up. Because once you stand up, you will be able to open up so many more ears to people and show them that this isn't right. Thank you.